My name is Sibonge Moyo, and welcome to another episode of Girls with Voices podcast. Today we're going to be talking about a very, very, very heated conversation, and hopefully we're going to get all of you engaged and interested. So before I introduce the topic, may the beautiful ladies sitting next to me please introduce themselves.
Hi guys, my name is Faith Bayer, but you can call me Fafi.
Hi, I'm Mel.
Hi guys, I'm Zoe.
Welcome, ladies.
Hi.
I'm so excited to be having this conversation with all of you today. Right, so before I introduce the topic, if you have not watched our short skit, Difficult Conversations, pause. Go back to our channel, look for it, and watch it.
Definitely.
So I'm assuming you've come back from watching it now. So as a summary, just in case you didn't understand, in order for you to be able to understand the context of this episode, the short skit was about a girl who goes to a party, gets drunk, indulges in sexual activity, doesn't remember what happened at the party, so she's not really sure if she used protection or not. And then she then goes to her sister and asks the sister to take her to the pharmacy in order for her to be able to get morning after pills just in case, to be safe. No, before she goes to the sister, she tries going there by herself, actually. So when she gets there, the pharmacist is like, when I'm done, how old are you? Why are you even having sex in the first place? And she leaves without the help that she went there looking for. Then she goes to the sister. The sister is the one who then gets her that help that she needs. So one of the main things in the short skit was that the girl was more focused on, falling pregnant rather than STD. She didn't care about the pill you take in order to prevent STDs after having unprotected sex. She didn't care about all those other things, just the baby. And also the fact that the pharmacist was all up in her business asking, you're this age, why are you in the sex? So it's the type of thing where we're discussing on the rights and the wrongs. Were her rights infringed on, or was the pharmacist right? And what is it that we need to know as girls that will help us to not worry only about pregnancy, but also focus on STDs? So I'm pretty sure you guys have already guessed it. Today's topic is SRHR. Right, so can any of the ladies please define the term for us?
Melissa.
Why me? Okay.
Because
Social worker in the making.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, nice one. All right, SRHR, it stands for Sexual and Reproductive Health and Rights. This is basically the concept of your sexuality, and your reproductive rights as well. Yeah, I don't know. So.
All right, so you wanted to say something?
No, I was just saying access to these rights.
Thank
Are you
you.
being
I was about to
denied of
add.
these rights, or
are you tolling?
Do you even know the rights?
true?
Thank you,
Even know
thank
them.
you. So our topic for today is accessing these rights. So, ladies, we're going to base our discussion mainly on the film, and we can bring in other things from, outside. So let's talk about it. When you watched the short skits, what was your thoughts specifically on the fact that she couldn't access those facilities due to her age? What do you think? Do you think that age should be a barrier that stops a young girl from getting help? What are your opinions?
It's a difficult one.
Yeah.
Because if she's under whether we like it or not, the law is the law. If she's under the age for accessing SRHR, then what can we really do? Because we can't promote going against the law. The pharmacist, no matter even if he wanted to help her, although he seemed like he didn't want to help her, he's going to compromise his job, his title,
True.
because of her. So it's a difficult thing.
Okay, Ms. Fuyane, I have two responses to that.
Okay.
Firstly, I'm going to go on the law part. Yes, the law is the law, but we need to realize that we're living in changing times. Change is inevitable. So don't you think the law needs to change in order to protect young girls? Because in as much as we can say, oh no, you're too young to be engaging in sexual activity, they are going to do it either way. And I remember we had a discussion with one of our mentors, if I can call him that, where he was like, a friend of mine came to me and said, so would we rather have these girls baby dumping or having abortions just because of this and this and this? I personally think that the law needs to change in order to, accommodate for these young girls that are engaging. Personally, it's none of our business whether or not they're having sex. It's their personal choice. I strongly believe that I cannot control someone's life based on my own moral compass. So if you are 14 and you feel you're ready, then go ahead. But I feel like we should be able to provide these young girls with the protection that they need, such as morning afters and birth control, etc. And then when it comes to what she said again about the pharmacist, yes, it's his job and he could have compromised his job by, selling them to her. But where did he get the audacity in the first place to even ask and say, why were you doing this at your young age?
Let me answer your
Fine,
questions.
take that one.
I feel like, as a pharmacist, I think he did have the right to ask her because he must be concerned about her health. Uguti, at her young age, she wants to take contraceptives, which can have lots of effects. And let's look at her case. She had non-consensual sex, which is assault. Are you saying that the pharmacist should have just said, okay, now go tata?
But do you think the pharmacist was genuinely asking because he was concerned about her,
Ufuningo.
or it was about morals?
Yeah,
Ukuthi
so I
wena
think
as
that
Want
umntwana
something to
omncane-
tell people in the tea room.
Exactly.
Well, it's a cultural
ukuthi-
expectation for you as a young person not to be engaging in sex in the first place. So the fact that she was even wearing a uniform, I mean, as an adult, they don't expect that of you to be like you're a child and you're already engaging in that. You know how culturally sex is preserved for marriage, not just adulting, but marriage in particular. So I don't blame the pharmacist for saying, "Katuvele, why are you even engaging in that?" Because we are encouraged to abstain in the first place.
Yes, but as an adult, as you said, and as a child who was in uniform, does it not show you that there is a level of desperation emntwaneni when they are coming to a pharmacy in uniform? Personally, would any of you walk into a pharmacy and ask for a condom? It is embarrassing. So the fact that she walked into that pharmacy and said, "Ngicela i-plan B," she even had to lie about her age while in uniform. It's humiliating. So I believe as an adult also you should look at this. Okay, umntwana sewonile. Yes, it is against my moral compass. Yes, it is against culture, but it has happened. So now what will denying her the thing? I'm not saying he should have sold to an underage, but the judgment was completely not necessary. So I feel like at that point you should have looked at the issue or say, slama nurse that you can talk to help you and see what you can do about this. Or, here is a flyer about this. Rather than seeing a child in uniform, I feel like that is a very big cry for help and it reeks of desperation. I don't know if any of you
But
agree.
where is the cry for help coming from? If the pharmacist gives her
I didn't say he should. I said at least a
I'm
flyer
saying
or something.
We're
hypothetically.
assuming.
Let's say the pharmacist gave her the contraceptive. That's, I feel like, a short-term problem to a very, very big issue that needs fixing. Let's go to the root cause of the problem. The problem isn't necessarily her accessing the SRHR. It's the fact that she was assaulted.
Okay.
So let's address that. As women groups, as feminists, we need to address the core problem. Because at the same time, let's look at the health of Usfiso. If she took those pills, or let's look at the health of any other 14-year-old girl, that's a very critical time for puberty, for developmental stages. Later on in her life, it will affect her if she's taking Plan B, morning afters. So we need to look at it from a very, look at the bigger picture and not just, this man is saying what. And also, I feel like we should be advocating for youth-friendly spaces.
Exactly.
So let's have a nurse who's going to come to her and say, okay, so what has happened? Comforting her. I understand the concern of the pharmacist, but the way that he voiced his concerns, I think, was problematic. So let's advocate for spaces where, the girl can go, even at school, even at home, she knows that I can go and say, okay, this is what happened. I need this without judgment.
I agree completely with what you said. Thank you for that point of view. But then you mentioned assault. In the movie, they were both drunk. They're both minors. So if it's assault to her, then didn't she also assault the boy to a certain degree? Because I believe it was her boyfriend. It was consensual sex. So I feel like us saying, she was assaulted because she was drunk. They were both drunk. So it would then mean that they assaulted each other. I feel like these are two children that messed up and need assistance in their messing up, because she mentioned that selling them the MAPs, morning after pills, would be a short-term solution to a long-term problem. But then now, okay, let's be like, okay, deal with the consequences. Mtanam, me too, kulisum mtanako. Now we're gonna bring that child into a world where, not like it is something that will happen, but it could so happen that we're bringing this child into a world of poverty. Umamako can't even feed Lina lingu 5 laba naweni, but now sufuna ukuletha umzukulu. And you could have avoided all of that with the morning after. Or now you're deciding you're going for an abortion, which I believe is very mentally disturbing. Yes, and we're gonna talk about abortion more or in our next segment. But then it's that type of thing where we come to ask ourselves, like, what is the better way? How can we then help a girl in her situation?
Prevention is better than cure. This goes back to us educating this. You're saying two minors who don't know what they're doing. They shouldn't be in that situation, and so they need to be educated first of all. Like what I was saying at the start, that do you know those rights? You understand? Do they know the ways of preventing? Do they know? Okay. Of course, we are saying in morning after liyahlupha, but is a condom hard to access?
Definitely not.
You see,
public toilets are cool.
Exactly. So why is it that we are looking at, the boy was also assaulted where he could have also gotten a condom? You see. So this is where we all say young people need to be educated on SRHR, so that they have a better understanding of not only what they want to engage in, but how their bodies can respond to the methods that are there for them.
All right. Thank you so much. We will continue in our next segment. And as we go on the break, please remember that if you cannot abstain, wrap it up. And we are back with the next segment of this very interesting topic. Thank you so much for staying with us. And now we will unwrap the rest of this conversation. Anyway, ladies, we already spoke about accessing of children's MAPs and other things, and Zolega spoke about the law. We spoke about culture and how it's going to be very difficult to change up cultural norms. So I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the first segment, but then the results of girls not getting access to these MAPs, these injections, could lead to things like abortion and baby dumping. Let's talk about that. What do you think about that situation? Zolega, Melissa, Faith?
Fafi?
I feel like we should prevent things before they get out of hand. Same thing about abortion. Next thing, we have problems of misinformation with abortion, where we have kids now boiling coke to kill their babies, using coat hangers, dangerous stuff.
Vitamin C.
The West selling their kids go black market as a way of running away from responsibility. So I feel like that pill, guys, could help a lot. And we're talking about teenage pregnancies. Here's the solution, guys. We can lower those numbers by using the pill.
I agree. I definitely agree.
But okay, we can say that the pill is the way to go, but is it safe? I mean, my body, the way it's going to react is different from way the Zolega's body is going to react. For example, some people take the pill and they say it makes them gain weight, it makes them lose weight. Some get rashes and acne and all that. So how do I know then, Uguti, I should be using this contraceptive instead of that one? Because some I feel like
the best at this time, we all know, is a condom. Condomize,
but one way.
Condomize.
Is it one way?
Not even, don't use the government condoms or what. Go and buy the strong ones. Don't let it.
Don't sleep with
So should we base on one?
Exactly.
What if it breaks?
If you can't afford a condom?
That's what I'm saying. Buy quality condoms.
And also, we need to include boys in the conversation. I think
Yes,
that's
that's
another
very
problem.
true.
Men
They
should
need to
have,
know.
boys should have the responsibility of saying, okay, if I want to sleep with you, I bring my own protection. Because a lot
And
of the
know
time
how
when
to
we're-
wear the protection
Exactly.
properly.
Because a lot of the time when we're talking about SRHR, we always talk about girls as if girls are having sex by themselves. They're having
Exactly.
sex with boys. So
That's
let's bring
true.
boys into
Exactly.
the
We want to
conversation.
change mindset. Abafana labano tell you ukuthi, no, let's use a condom and you're like, relax, I won't injure you. So it's something.
Your
It's a
enjoyment is not my business.
Exactly.
Let's be safe. It's-
Exactly. Teach boys. It's like lifunza amankazana valimlenze sebenzisa condom. Umfana umfundisana.
Exactly. The responsibility is placed on the girls only. Boys should also be held responsible. He must know that, okay, I'm going to have sex, so I should carry a condom. This whole thing of, oh, it feels nicer, it feels nicer. Does a baby feel nice? When I'm now breastfeeding a baby at 16, would that feel nice?
Yeah.
Think
Also,
about
this thing,
that.
I feel like there's this misinformation about how it's not nice. Wait, it's nice without a condom, and it's not nice with a
a
condom.
condom.
Lie.
It's a lie.
Condoms are very thin. It's very thin. You can't tell me that. And let's talk about female condoms. I know a lot of girls are very uneducated on that topic. I personally do not even know what a female condom looks like. So I am guilty of not researching that. So I feel like it's something we need to push, like educate girls on female condoms. There's some people that don't know that those exist. So we need to take them out there, show them how to wear them. A male condom, yeah, it's simple but then a female, you ask yourself, Uguti, so how? So I feel like we should make that effort to educate girls on those topics. And Melissa mentioned, sorry to take you back, she mentioned the effects of birth control pills on people. So my advice would be to go to a doctor. I've had a conversation with an older woman about this who told me that you go to your doctor, you get tested, everything, and from there they can then tell you the type of contraceptive that best suits your body, that won't affect you in that way.
But there will always be side effects.
Definitely, but you
Can't
opt
run
for
away from
minimal.
that.
Because-
especially when contraception is made for women, and if we look at the medicine field, people don't really consider the health of women. Like, sorry to go off topic, but even with the vaccine, like no one told us that your period is going to change or your cycle is going to change, but girls got the vaccine and it changed. So I think we need to look at this field. Does it really care for the health of women? It doesn't. But with a condom, what side effects am I going to get?
I feel like lawe since usukhetha ukutyepeza, you know ibhede nosulayo kathesi, you signed up for this. Anuna you don't want a baby. Obvious,
So be
kuzaba lama risk.
responsible.
So wena lawe be responsible and accept konoko because you have taken the decision yokuthi ne sengifuna uku so you have to accept konoko khona.
And on that issue again, I feel like to a certain degree it's out of our control. Already we are biologically, disadvantaged.
Yeah.
But having that being said, I feel like contraceptives should be for men because I get pregnant I can get
9
pregnant
months.
once every 9 months. A
But a
man
man
can
can-
go and impregnate even 15 women in one day if he wants.
We've seen these cases of
So-
men who have children all over the country.
But me as,
As
a
a
woman,
woman-
how many kids can I have maximum? So I feel like contraceptives should definitely be for men.
I also
Definitely,
think that
definitely.
men should get vasectomies.
Yeah, it's something
think
they
that's
don't
the
want to
case.
talk about.
And they're reversible as well. so-
Exactly. You can also take your sperm cells and save maybe 5 for your 5 kids. And do the snip. That's way easier. I don't know. And a lot of the times when you tell men, okay, why don't you get a vasectomy? It's like, why would I do that or whatever? But they're so comfortable with telling women, no, get on the pill.
Yeah.
A pill that I have to take every single day.
Imagine
It
and
all
it's
goes back
affecting
to misinformation that Fafi was talking about.
Yeah.
People aren't educated on the right information about these things. About, like what you're saying, Wuti, ungathi vasectomy, someone vele sokuyinhlamba, you're like disrespecting my culture. And some don't even know about it, like how it works and, how they can, how it's
something that hasn't
reversible.
been normalized.
Exactly.
Right. So before we unwrap and come to the end of our segment, we are going to talk about the rights. So can you guys please tell us any of the rights that you know when it comes to sexual relations and reproduction? What are your rights? Like for me personally, I know that silence is not consent. If I didn't say yes with my mouth, then
A no
It's-
is a no.
a no is a no. So we know we have the right to consent. We have what are the rights do you guys know of that girls should know before they begin to engage sexually?
The right to information. I feel like that's the biggest one that can really have the biggest positive change on us. If girls know that, okay, before I have sex, I should be educated on it, I think that can really change, so that they know that, okay, if I've taken alcohol, I'll make sure I'm not engaging, or if I don't want to, I can say no, or they know the effects of abortion. Like we were talking about how some people boil coke or they use coat hangers for abortion, which can be really, really traumatic. So they need to know that, okay, I don't even have to go to that far to get abortion. I can get a condom. I can get an emergency pill. So I think that's a right to information.
Also, I feel like where we get our contraceptives, we should receive the right treatment. As the citizen of Zimbabwe, that pays for my bills. It is my duty. It's my. I'm obligated to receive the right treatment, fair treatment. Don't judge me because of my age or your morals. Feeling down as chino, guys.
That's
my
true.
mother may say yes, you may say no, but you're not my mother at the end of the day. So I feel like take your morals, leave them at home, and let's just
In public service, you can't.
exactly
Emotions, religion, leave it.
put them in the.
Well, with what you just said, we all go back to the issue of, an age gap. First of all, an age gap. The person that you find there who's going to address you with your situation is already an older person, old enough to be your mother, your grandmother, that kind of age group. You get it? So the gap now is we need younger people to address us with these issues so that we're more comfortable to even talk about it. Imagine I get an STI, guys. How do I go to umuntu olingana my mom and be like, so I had some unprotected sex and there are things coming out. You see, it's so discomforting to talk about it with someone who's older.
So basically, we need young people acquiring those spaces now.
Yeah, we
But
need an open
young
environment.
people who are SRH positive. I don't know if that's a word. Because
Yeah.
even in our spaces right now, there's some girls who will shame you, who will slut shame you, who will
Double
say,
standards.
what were you doing, Vele, or whatever.
Double standards.
So we
Toluguti yena lie.
She's doing
She's doing the
most.
same. She's doing the
Exactly.
most. She's doing the most. Ecelin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, as we come to the end of today's episode, if you still have not watched the short skit, go and watch it.
Please.
We have many other enticing short films and short skits that will definitely get you into a very interesting conversation. So please go to the channel and watch it. Anyway, thank you so much, ladies. You guys were amazing. I really enjoyed the conversation. I left with a completely different mindset from the one I came in with. I learned a lot from you all. Thank you so much. And to our viewers, have a lovely day. And remember, if you cannot abstain, wrap it up.